رب زدني منك علما وأنلني منك فهما رب زدني
السلام عليكم
منك
ورحمة الله
علما
وبركاته.
وأنلني
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
منك
الحمد
فهما
لله رب
ومن
العالمين،
العلم
والصلاة والسلام على
هلما
أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه
علما
وسلم.
وابتغي
اللهم افتح علينا فتوح العارفين بحكمتك، وانثر علينا من خزائن علمك. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا، إنك بكل شيء عليم، بالإجابة جدير، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. Welcome to our third class, continuing speaking about pronunciation. And as you know, last time we spoke about consonants, and as I said, today we'll continue on some other consonants that we need to pay attention to as learners of English. So today we will finish those ones, then we will move to the vowels, some simple vowels that also you need to pay attention to distinguish between sounds, and that will help you actually to pronounce correctly. So let's see what we have today. Here it's a consonant, and we call this G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is how we call it. But the way we see it in English, it may differ, it may change, it may have a different sound. And we'll see some examples. And we want you to use your background knowledge about this. And why is it different? And what is the rule? Is there really a rule that will tell us how to pronounce this sound? Look at these words. As you can see here, I'll use the pen. Okay. G can be pronounced as you pronounce the J letter. We pronounce it ja, ja. Jungle, like jungle. Look at this. Okay? So I'm just writing this word to show you the pronunciation. Here, jungle, ja. This is the sound. I don't want you to focus more on this symbol. It's one of the phonetic symbols that later on you may come across, not in this maybe course, in another course or in your self-study. But I'm saying here in one word, we have this pronunciation, which is not this letter, and we have this letter, jungle, ga, ga sound, as in go, gil. You know this, the famous website, Google. So sometimes we pronounce it as ja and sometimes as ga. Sometimes like ja, like jungle, for jungle, and sometimes we pronounce it ga, as in Google. So these are the main pronunciation for this letter. Of course, there are others when it comes with H. Sometimes it's silent, but that maybe you may study it in the future. But let's focus on this now as a consonant by itself. I actually want you to focus on the pattern, on these words, and try to figure, is there a rule or not? Because a lot of students, they just see 1, 2, 3 examples, and they say, this is the rule. When this comes after this, when this comes before this, then you pronounce it this way, you write it this way. And this is it's a human nature. They want a pattern to follow. They want a rule to follow. They want a system that is clear-cut. And this is what they do, actually, when they learn a new language. They think it's systematic or regular, but sometimes it's not. And we'll see a lot of examples in English rules that we have irregular rules, irregular verbs. It's not always systematic. Keep this in mind. We have rules, we have exceptions, we have irregular things. So it's not always systematic. So look at this word. What is it? What is this? Is it jam or game? Maybe if I say jam, maybe it doesn't sound correct, right? Maybe you haven't heard this. I like this jam. No. Maybe you have heard of this. Game over. I like this game. We have so many Omani games. Do you like to play games? So here it's ga. Here it's ga. I don't want to go into details. What is the original sound for this letter? Is it ja or ga? I don't want to go into that. You don't have to study phonetics in depth. But they say, in short, that ga sound is not the original sound for this letter. I mean, this letter, it's called J. So it's ja. Ja sound. Yeah, it is called J, but we said in the first lesson we have the sound and the name of the letter. So the name of this letter is J, A, B, C, not J, sorry, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's G, but ja sound. It has ja sound. It's not ge. So as if it's introduced, it's from outside the language. Maybe it comes from German or other languages. So I don't want to go to that, but just I want to pay your attention that they say the original sound is ja sound. So here it's game. Let's look at the next one. What comes after here? It's gentle. Gentle. It is this sound. This is ja sound in phonetics, simples in phonetics. But if you look at here, a and here e. So some people may say, if a comes after g, then we say ga sound. Ga sound. If e comes after g, then we say ja sound. Is this the rule? Let's see more examples to see. Look at this. What is it? I think you know this word. It's a very common word, one of the most common words in English. What comes after G? It's E, right? We have it here. So how do we pronounce this? It is get. Get, right? So is the rule consistent? Is the rule consistent? Here E and here E. Now, till now, no. But let's see more examples. So gentle, ja, here, get. Let's see more examples. What is this? Tell me. It is giant or giant. Actually, it is giant, giant, ja sound. Okay. So now I, what comes after it is I, A, and we pronounce it ja. Let's see the عملاق, big. We don't care now about the meanings, just focus on the pronunciation. What is this? What comes after? So here I, E or E sound. So how do we pronounce this? Is it gerl? I have two girls, or I have two girls. So it's ga here. So the rule here is not consistent. Sorry, need to erase this. How to erase it, sorry. Okay, if you look at here, the rule is not consistent, right? Although the G is followed by E, but it's not the same. And here, the same. The rule is not consistent. here is followed by I or E sound, and here the same followed by I, but we pronounce it here differently. Here giant, here girl. Let's look at some more. What is this? I think you know this. G-I. Give. Right? Give. Yeah. Give. It's not jiv. Can you give me this? No. Can you give me this? I will give you a book. I will give you a book. Can you give me that book? Right? So it's yeah. Here, God. Allah. Ilah. God. Okay, so what comes after G? O. What comes after Y here? After G? Y. But we pronounce it gym. Gymnasium or gymnastics. This is the short form. Gym or gymnastics. So from gymnasium. So G. So what do we understand? Tell me. Is there a clear rule? If you follow the dictionary, maybe you will see some clear, let's say, pattern for some letters. But it's very difficult to go through all those letters. What comes after G? I mean, in the previous lesson, we said, we talked about C, you remember? We talked about C. If it is followed by earn it yourself, you remember that? Earn it yourself, we pronounce it what? We pronounce it sa. So it's very easy. There are only three, you know? There are only three that will tell you how to pronounce this. Sa, how to pronounce it sa. The other, you know, cases, you pronounce it as ka. And we said that if it is at the end of the word, or the other cases followed by other sounds. So that's easy and simple. But here in this case, it's very difficult. It's not always consistent, and we looked at some examples. So what is the rule here? What is the rule? Can you guess? Because sometimes you can guess, can tell. As you know, there is no clear rule for G, for J sound, for G letter. There's no clear rule that you can follow. So what do you need to do? You need to actually just learn. Learn it as it is. And it's clear. It's not complicated. I mean, it will be more complicated if you try to find a rule for this. But if you just study the words and you see them how they are pronounced, it will become easier for you to figure out. Because you come across words all the time, so you know how they are pronounced, so it will be easy for you. Okay, the other consonants that we want to speak about today as well is these two. These two, fa or F, the letter F, and V. And we have different pronunciations, fa and va, right? You may think this is easy, of course, but a lot of students, they think always when they see fa, a lot of students think we always pronounce fa as fa. Is this correct? Because maybe no one focused or pay attention. No one paid attention to it before. So let's look at some examples and see, check your knowledge. What is this? Tell me. I will not tell you now. I'll just leave it. Okay? I've heard a lot of students how they pronounce it. Okay, next one. Next one, what is it? I'm not going to say it to you now. Okay, so I leave it for you. Just go through them. See, check your knowledge. Okay? Because this one with double F, how do you pronounce it? Do you say of, because there are two F, or of? And how would you distinguish between the two? What is this for? What is this, the other one? Of. Is it of, or of? Tell me, think. Because next one, we say here, friend, right? Here, beef, right? Is it difficult? This is easy. Most of the cases it's fine, except for some cases I want you to focus on. That's the reason. Look at this. Cliff, right? Or cliff. Don't get confused. So when it comes at the end, is it going to change? No. Look at this. Beautiful, right? Hand, full, fa sound. So all of these fa sound, right? How about here? Fan. How about here? Often. Next. Fly. Yes. Next. Van. Do we have this in Arabic? Va sound. Va for visit. Very, verb, right? Do we have that sound in Arabic? Of course, we don't have it. So you may hear some students actually say fa, ferry, visit. It may sound funny, or few students say it, but actually you may find some. So, but this is not a big issue. Arabs can pronounce it. And it's easy to pronounce it. It's not easy also to distinguish it. Fa, va. It's clear. It's not like pa and ba. It's not like ba and pa. Okay, so this one does not exist in Arabic, but we pronounce it va. What is the issue now here then? Why I'm trying to actually draw your attention to these two? Here. Who can pronounce this? Can you pronounce it? Pillars of Islam? Of Islam? Tell me. I'm trying to draw your attention. I didn't pronounce them before. Left it for you. And here, Sultanate of Oman? Of Oman? Still, I'm not going to reveal it. Let's see more examples. Look at here. The of that. Yes, tell me now. But can you, is it turn it of or off? Take off, the plane takes off or take off. Okay, I'll make it very simple. Here, maybe you don't have a lot of issues, but here is the issue. A lot of students pronounce this off. A lot of people and learners of English pronounce this fa. If you pronounce it fa, it's wrong. Here, as in other examples, the accurate pronunciation is fa. Off. Turn it off, switch it off, take off, off, it is fa. So here is correct, but if you pronounce this here as off with fa, I tell you it is wrong. And how do you make sure? Every time you are confused, go to the dictionary, okay, go to the O, and check O fa sound. O fa sound. I can show it to you. Of or of. O fa. How do you pronounce O fa? Let me show you. Here it is. It's here. Of. It's of. Strong. Preposition. Prep means preposition. Harf jar. Okay? Used to show what a part belongs to or comes from. So, an example, for example, the back of the house. The back of the house. So here, I don't want to come closer. If you can see, or you can check yours, check your, what did I say, your dictionary, and you will see it. So I want to make sure of this, that you correct your information, that this one is the sound. Of. Sultanate of Oman. Pillars of Islam. Arkan al-Islam. Pillars of Islam. So that's why I stress on this, because a lot of people make mistakes and a lot of learners. Okay. Now we have finished the consonants, and now let's move to some vowels. You know, in English, how many vowels we have? We have the common ones, there are 5, and you know them. E, what else? Sorry, not I. I will correct this, sorry. E, I, O, U. These are the vowels. We call them the most popular vowels we have in English. We have others. We have long ones, we have short ones, okay? But now let's focus on this. Today I'm going to focus on A, E, and I. First, on the pronunciation of the two, A and E. A and E, okay? How do we distinguish between these two? Because these are close from each other, a little bit similar. A, E, right? Look at here. How do we pronounce them? How to pronounce them? A, A. You can say that behind me. A, A. An example? Ban, cat, fan. Ban, cat, fan. Ba, an, a, cat, a, fan, 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 a. Can you see? It's a little bit slow. Look at the snail, it's slow. If we go to the E, okay, we don't say E, we say E. Yeah, it looks, the letter looks like the E letter, but the sound is different. The vowels are different than the letters, and we spoke about that in the first lesson. So I'm not going to repeat it. The vowels are not the letters. The vowels, they mean the sounds, okay? Not the letters. Don't get confused. These are the sounds of vowels. The vowel sounds. Vowel sounds. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, it's very important. So this is E, pen, ben, or pen. 10, E sound, E, te, 10. I want you to focus on this. 10, pen. Okay, we'll give you more examples to distinguish the sound. Examples for a sound. A. Before I go to that, I think it's better to repeat this again to you so you can have a clear idea. I told you the vowels are not the letters, are the sounds. Why am I saying this now? Because later on other grammar rules will depend on this, how to pronounce certain words, what to use, what articles you use depends on the vowels that you have in the word or a sentence. So it's better that you know. When I say vowels, don't think as letters. It's the sound. So the accurate way, the accurate pronunciation of the vowels, this one, sorry. This one is not A. I don't mean the letter, the sound. The vowels A, E, I, O, U. Okay? These are the pronunciation of vowels. So now let's see more examples for the vowel A and A. Later on we'll focus on E. Then I'll give you an exercise to practice all. Okay? A as in van. I will say it slowly to just make it easy and clear. But maybe in a normal way, we don't say it that way, but just to teach for the sake of teaching and learning. Okay? So we say here van. Okay. Sorry, I need a pen. So van, tan, say after me, sat, dam, hat, wax. I can say it in a different way, just to make it clearer. It's a strange way to say it, but as I told you, for the sake of learning, an, an, van, an, sat. This is like how kids they pronounce words. Dam, at, wax. Okay? Now, I will read this and I want you to repeat after me or to read it with me. Sam, see? We are stressing the sound. Sam and Dad are on the van. Sam and Dad are on the van. So look at the story. It's a short story just for you to hear the sound in a number of words so you can repeat it, pronounce it. So please repeat after me. Sam and Dad are on the van. Okay? Sam and Dad pat on the cat. Sam and Dad pat on the cat. Pat on the cat. Dad and Sam walks the van. The fat cat ran to Sam. The fat cat ran to Sam. Now read it by yourself. Sam and Dad are on the van. Sam and Dad pat on the cat. Dad and Sam walks the van. The fat cat ran to Sam. Okay? It's simple, but just to show you how to pronounce this sound. Now let's see more examples for E. E. Can you say it? It's E. It's not A. E. A is a little bit slow. A. This is E. Okay? E. Not E. Not E. 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 Deb. De. E. See? Deb is on the bed. Deb is on the bed. Rex and the hen get fed. Rex and the hen get fed. The hen is on the red. The hen is on the red bed. Okay. Next, can you read? Tex set a wet net on the bed. Z is on the bed. Z has a web. Of course, it's like a story, but I don't have the drawings here. But just as I told you, the meaning is not very, very important here. It's the sound, how you hear it, the most important thing. Deb, I say Deb, Deb, not Dib or Dab. Deb is on the bed. It's maybe boring somehow, but just to improve your hearing. Rex and the hen. Rex and the hen get fed. Get fed. The hen is on the red bed. Tex set a wet hat. Tex set a wet net on the bed. Z is on the bed. Z has a web. Okay? So this is one way actually to practice. So I advise you repeat it. So this sound becomes familiar. This sound becomes familiar in your tongue. Okay? Now let's have a quick exercise. Okay? For A and A. A and A. Choose the words that you hear. For example, I will say the word and I want you to circle or write down the word. For example, if I say now fest, which one? It is this one. Sorry. Here, if I say fest, what do you need to say? Either you write fest or you can circle it. So this is the one I said, fest. So now from these I will say a word and I want you to write the word, or if you have it all, you can circle it, which one I said. Okay? So number one. Bed. Sorry, it was fast, right? Bed. Which one? This one? No. This one. I said bed. I didn't say ban or bad. Okay. I would say now ban. I'd say it only one time. So what did I say? Ban. Okay. Next one. Lag. Which one? Lag. Okay. Next one. Led. I led him. I led him to the lake. I led him. Which one? This one. Okay. I'll say it in a sentence and try to figure out, because this is the natural way. People would not say this word for you. They would speak and you have to figure out what they say. I cooked some eggs yesterday on the pan. Which one? This one? No, it's this one. Okay, next one. Set or sat? Okay, I'll say it in a sentence. Okay, the student sat on the chair. Sat. Okay, the last one. I gave him 10 marks. Which one? 10. So it's not 10. So I think this is easy for you. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. So let's now add this one. It's not I, sorry, I'm sorry. E sound to the vowels, just for you to get familiar with. So we have a, A, and E. Okay? How do you pronounce it? It's E, E, E. This one, A, E. Short one, E, E. So look at this. Sat. See, it's one sound, but it will give you totally different word. Sat, sat, sit. Sat in the past. جلس. Set يحضر شيء معين. Set something. Set يحضر شيء. Set يصلح حاجة. جهاز أو شيء يحضره. Set it up. And sit. To sit. It's in the present or infinitive. يجلس. Okay, sit. So sat, sit, sit. A, E. A, E. Sat, sit, sat, set, sit. Next example. Rag, rag, rig. Rag, rag, rig. Next. Pat, pet, and pit. A, E. Say it. A, E. A, E. Okay? Next one. Lad, led, lid. These are words and they have different meanings but different sounds. So, but you need to pronounce it correctly. A, E. A, E. Okay? Now, what do I need to do? I want you to take a piece of paper now. Can you please take your notebook or a piece of paper? I will say the words and I want you to write them down. Then you can check your answers. The first word is, are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, start. The first word is Sam. The next word is dam. Okay. Next is Rex. Rex. Okay. Next, the fourth one is lead. Sorry. The next one is lad. Lad. Next, men. I'll say it only one time. Next, bad. Next, bed. Next, rot. Next, red. Next, red. Cat. And the last one is kit. Okay, check them now. All I will say it quickly. Sam, dam, Rex, lad, men, bad, bed, rat, red, cat, kit. Now check your answers, please. Can you check it? I think this is easy. Let me check. So the first one is what? Sam. The second one is dam. Next, Rex. It doesn't matter if it is capital or small letter. Okay, next, lad. Rex, lad. Men. Bad. Bed. Next, rat. Red. Cat, and kit. So please check your answers and see how many marks you got out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of 12, you got what? Excellent. I think this is pretty easy. Okay. Now, get a piece of paper, another exercise. Today, I want you to actually write down and practice these sounds, okay? Because it's listening and also writing, see? Get a piece of paper. I will say the words again. Okay, are you ready? Now, the first one is mint. Okay, the next one is bend. Next, sib. Next, fest. Next, cat. Next, fat. Next, set. Then sit. Then set. And check your answers. Check your answers. Okay, mint, bend, sip, fest, cat, fat, set, sit, and set. Okay? I think this is easy. Okay, let's move to different exercise. If you want an exercise, I give you homework today. I'll give you homework. The homework is, let me write it down. Your homework is what? It's a dictation. I will say it dictated to you now, and you write it down. So be ready. Take the piece of paper. I will read this to you, and I want you actually to write it down. It's like a short story, but it focuses on these vowels and what you have taken today. So are you ready? I will read it for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I am a man. Full stop. I have a big van. I am a man. I have a big van. Don't write this. I read it the second time. So done, done. 7 men sit in the big van. 7 men sit in the big van. Okay. I am a man. Again, you write this. This is not the first sentence. This is the third sentence, so write it. I am a man. I have a big pink car. 7 men have a picnic on the big pink car. I am a big bad person. Full stop. I will read it to you now. All of it quickly, just to check that you haven't missed anything. Okay? I am a man. Full stop. I have a big van. Full stop. 7 men sit in the big van. I am a man. I have a big pink car. 7 men have a picnic on the big pink car. I am a big bad person. Full stop. I hope that you got it. Okay. I have, of course, another exercise if you want more. So just to check your understanding of this lesson. Do you want me to read it to you, or? I think this is easy, but you can listen to it or to listen to the sounds, and you can write it down if you want. Just, I'll tell you that someone is called Mac. Someone is called Mac, okay? So if you hear Mac, this is the meaning. It's a name of a person. Okay, can you write this down as well? Mac, right. Mac is a rat. Mac is a fat rat. Dad is a man. Dad is a fat man. So here we pronounce a sound. Okay. Dad had a nap. Mac sat on Dad. A mad dad. Dad had a pan. Mac, the rat, ran. Mac has a pet hen. Mac gets in his jet. Mac, I fell in the well. Yes, Mac gets the hen. He gets wet, wet, and wet. This is the end. Thank you. So you can check it. I'm sure it's easy. And the last one is, I think this is a lot, but you can practice here E with A as well. Sid, it's a name of a person as well, a person of a character. Sid. Sid is a big cat. Sid, the cat, hid in a bin. In a bin. Sid, the cat, hid in a wig. Sid, the cat, hid in a pit. Did the cat kiss the rat? Mac has dug up a nut. Mac ran. Mac hugs the nut. It's not a complete story, but just to practice these sounds. I think this is the end of the class tomorrow, and we have covered a good number of consonants and some vowels. We'll see how it goes with these sounds, and we have other lessons. Maybe we can cover other vowels, and we will move later on to grammar rules. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك اللهم ونتوب إليك. Thank you very much.